Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. So, Los Angeles Lakers. You would think they would have, learned their lesson going up against the Memphis Grizzlies in the previous game, and playing the small ball lineups and not having any success, and having that roaring comeback in the end come to nothing. You would think we wouldn't see a duplicate of that, right? Wrong. Los Angeles Lakers played a game in Sacramento tonight, and pretty much saw a duplicate of the Memphis games. Pretty much same game plan, same way we ran things, same result, same comeback, same nothing for it. Um, Frank Vogel's rotations tonight left it so that you had Dwight on the floor for some of the time and not for others, of course. Being that he's the only center that we have in rotation, you went without rim protection a great deal of the evening tonight, and as a result, the Lakers were getting what comes with that: layups after layups after layups over their heads. Guys just overpowering them, getting rebounds over them. Stuff that happens when you don't have rim protection happened tonight to the Lakers. Um, we saw bad Russell Westbrook tonight. We saw great Austin Reeves tonight. Austin Reeves had a career high 19 points. Was trying to will his team back just like he did in the Memphis game, but of course had no help, just like in the Memphis game, same thing. But I definitely appreciate his development and how far he's come from his rookie. It is his rookie season, but from his first couple of weeks playing basketball to where he is now, he's ready to step into another level that I think coach should give him an opportunity to have. It's very obvious to me that he is somebody who makes our team better. His basketball IQ is sky high, and you just love what he's doing out there tonight. Drawing charges, hitting shots, initiating the offense, keeping pace, giving us athleticism, dunking on people. I mean, he was really putting his game on display tonight, and I just felt like we should have featured him even more than we did. He should have had even more shots. He was hot. Some guys out there who were cold, and they were taking more shots, taking shots that they shouldn't have been taking. I felt most of the possessions that we had out there that he was part of were quality possessions, and the ones where he wasn't tend not to be. I really saw it that way tonight. And it is what it is. LeBron James didn't have his greatest night, in my opinion. Shot the ball. He settled for the three ball more than he should have tonight. And I think I'm putting it very kindly. He was just taking a lot of bad threes. Some of them fell, most of them didn't. And I felt like we left a lot of possessions on the table because of it. I felt like a lot of effort was gone unrewarded because of those lazy three-point shots. So that was a big problem for me tonight. Did not like it. What else? Russell Westbrook was awful, just god awful in every way. There was nothing really positive about his gameplay tonight. There was a point in the third quarter, at the beginning of the third quarter, where he was doing a good job of rebounding the ball. He helped us with the rebounds. I felt like he got maybe 2 or 3 rebounds that I thought really helped us in small ball situations. That was about it, man. That was it. I was intently looking for good things to say about Russell Westbrook, and that's what I found. Everything else he did was awful. Just awful. His basketball IQ was about as low as any player I'd seen. His issues are getting worse. And yeah, it's that's where we're at. I'm starting to have real thoughts about what we should do in regards to him. I just feel like our team was a lot better when he's not out there. I feel like when he comes in the game, he's like an ugly duckling, messing up rhythm, messing up possessions. Maybe we get a nice three-point play out of his positioning, being down there. Maybe we get a couple rebounds that we otherwise wouldn't have. But for the most part, he's to our detriment. He truly is. And one of the reasons why I was told that we play small ball is because we can't find its spacing out there to make it make sense while a center's on the floor and him being on the floor at the same time. It just means that we have no spacing and things of that nature. So that is something that I've been keeping my eyes open for to see how they look. He and Dwight on the floor together, and there was a sequence out there where they were on the floor together, and that's what it was. but it was more so not about Dwight having anything wrong with him being on the floor. It was more so about Westbrook just not playing well in those situations. So yeah, I understand Russell Westbrook is probably not a tradable piece right now. His value is just plummeting with every passing game that he continues to play this way. So my hopes that we can use him in a trade or even find our way to get lucky and get rid of him is starting to dwindle with every passing game. So we're just kind of stuck with this dude. And to be honest with you, the way he played tonight, I was just upset that we put him in the game. It got to a point where I'm like, he's not able to help us, but he can hurt us. He definitely can hurt us. So he hit a new low tonight, unfortunately. Trevor Ariza also, I felt like he was really a detriment to what we were doing as well. We put him in the game, messed up some fast breaks, ball fumbled off his foot. Didn't do anything right for us tonight from what I could see. And that's just it. He's trying to work his way back in. He's been out for a while. He's an older guy. Playing him in these minutes, asking him to be who he needed to be without Carmelo Anthony, who didn't go tonight. We just didn't get anything out of him tonight. So I don't want to harp too much on him. He didn't play much, but when he was out there, it wasn't great. Avery Bradley did some things on the defensive end, but his shot wasn't falling, and I just felt like, it would have really helped us if we would have had some of those shots back and maybe had them go elsewhere. But, it wasn't like he was taking bad shots or anything. It's just his shots weren't falling. So that's how it goes, man. When you play vets, sometimes their legs underneath them, sometimes them legs are not. And tonight, Bron didn't have his legs. Avery didn't have his legs. Trev didn't have his legs. And those things mattered. It really showed. We missed Carmelo Anthony's punch out there offensively and his rebounding. And, Frank Vogel I just don't really understand his thinking in regards to some of the things that he's doing out there. I try to zoom out. I call myself looking at the game today and saying, okay, I'm not going to zoom in on this game so much like I did in Memphis because it was so much emphasis placed on the fact that we lost that one game, and it really is one of 82. So this is one of 82 as well. So I'm trying to temper my frustration, but I just want us to manage these games better. These games matter. We're playing against teams that we should beat in this case. We don't have an easy schedule. The rest of our schedule is difficult. And I felt like tonight's game was one that we beat ourselves. I didn't see anything from Sacramento that made me think, oh my God, they're killing us. No. They were doing what any team does when they have a size mismatch. They just shoot over the guys in front of you. You rebound over those guys, and you make sure that they don't beat you to loose balls. I want to give a shout out to Metu, who hit a big 3-point shot down the stretch of the game, really iced it for his team. De'Aaron Fox put up some nice points, particularly in the paint, things of that nature, doing what he needed to do for his team. As I predicted, Harrison Barnes had a pretty good night. I don't think I'm Nostradamus for that. He's a very consistent player, matched up well with his team. Tyrese Halliburton had a double-double, did some fantastic things, passing the rock. They had 5 players in double figures at the end of the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or somewhere in that area. I think the second quarter had begun when their 5th guy, their starter, had gotten his 10th point. So if I'm not mistaken, they had over 5 players in double figures. So you got to give Sacramento the credit for having an overall team win. They did what they needed to do to take care of their home court. And that's what you got to say about the opponent. Alex Len gave them some good minutes tonight as well, playing big. And then that's what the difference was. They didn't hesitate to play their centers. Marvin Bagley, young fella's playing the best stretch of basketball of his career, in my opinion. And I'm just happy to see him healthy, happy to see him see some baskets fall, stuff like that. I'm rooting for him. I think he's better than he's been able to show. So that was impressive. And, you can give a lot of credit to the Sacramento Kings, but they should not have won that game. They shouldn't. The Lakers had an opportunity to cut it all the way down to, if I'm not mistaken, we cut it to like 4 or 3. But then had a play where, we just let a possession slip away. We just tossed up a bad 3-point shot. I think it was Russell Westbrook who ultimately did that. Now, we had some good plays. We were getting offensive rebounds, but we just couldn't, down the stretch of the game in that fourth quarter, get anything to fall. And the only person who seemed to be really hot down there was Austin Reeves, and we were just failing to get him the basketball. Russell taking shots he had no business taking. Braun taking threes he had no business taking. Like I said, Avery Bradley out there. Those are the type of things I was looking at. I'm like, okay, he didn't play Wayne Ellington, coach didn't, throughout pretty much the entire game into the fourth quarter. When he finally puts Wayne out there, it was not in a lineup where Wayne could really do a whole lot of good for the team. So he ended up jacking up an air ball or something like that. It's like, what do you think you're going to get out of a shooter who hasn't played all game, So that was a curious situation there. What else? It was something else that had just come to mind while I was saying that, but it quickly escaped me as well. But, this team, they're going to continue to get the same results as long as they continue to do the same things. And I'm a broken record. I'm saying the same stuff every night. I'm trying my best to not even be as frustrated as I've been lately, because you don't find yourself frustrated when you expect certain things. And at this point, I've come to expect this team to just play a low IQ style of basketball. That's what it is, man. I'm not going to even cut it any other way than that. We're just not playing smart out there. When you don't give yourself all of the elements of basketball, you're not going to give yourself the best opportunity to win. And right now, we're missing a very key element, and that element is rim protection. Period. When you don't have it, guys shoot over you. So I don't feel sorry for us. I'm not anything. I'm just sitting here waiting for us to get it together, because if we don't, we're gonna get the same results. LeBron James, you know what I mean? He's frustrated and all that. He knows what he's doing in terms of, he knows that he's allowing this to take place by not demanding a center be on the floor. He knows that. So I don't feel sorry for him. I look at who I really feel sorry is guys like Malik Monk, THT, and Austin Reeves, who are running around giving it their all out there, trying to help the team as young players, but they got older guys who are not doing their part. You look up and an older guy is turning the ball over, an older guy is causing a bad foul, older guys. It's like, these are the dudes you're supposed to be looking up to, and they're the ones not coming down there to match your energy. And that's exactly what the theme of the game was for me tonight. I just didn't feel like the old guys were matching the energy of the young guys. And it's been like that since the fourth quarter of the last game. Quite honestly, where Austin Reeves was trying his very best to get us back in it, and nobody else helped him. And I felt like he was trying to do the same thing tonight, and nobody else helped him. I know my perception is as it is, as a frustrated fan. But and there were some guys who did some good things out there. Got to give them credit, but wasn't a whole lot of it. Wasn't a whole lot of it, man. I like that Malik Monk was caught fire from three. I think he had like 5 or 6 threes or something like that. Didn't quite have it on the interior. He's been finishing well in the paint up until about 2 games ago, and he hasn't been able to really get it. But that 3-point shot was falling tonight, so he was very helpful from there. Stanley Johnson only had 12 minutes tonight. I felt like he could have been utilized more by Frank Vogel. Some of the minutes we were giving to Trevor Ariza should have definitely been Stanley Johnson's. But hey, these are the things that you do. In a situation, in my opinion, where you're just looking at a game saying, okay, well, we can manage it this way so that we can save guys' energy for the next game and stuff like that. I think this is kind of one of those games for Frank Vogel where he's just trying things and not really utilizing the best opportunities for him to succeed. And I just think that when you do that and you're a 500 ball club in January, these are games you really need. You can't coast just because there's a presence of a play-in tournament that allows you to be a 9th seed and still make the playoffs. You cannot coast because there's no guarantee what your health is going to be like going forward. All these games matter. So yeah, man. I think all Laker fans are beyond frustrated with what we're seeing. It's a lot of things going wrong at the same time. It's a lot of things being chosen that is leading us to our success. It's not necessarily just guys not being there or us not being talented. No, we're doing things, choosing to do things that ultimately lead to our failure. And that's a hard pill to swallow as a fan. It really is. Philosophy and just poor stuff. I mean, it's one thing to have players play poorly, like a Russell Westbrook is not doing his best, or maybe Bazemore, we haven't seen him play well, or things like this. It's one thing to have that happen, but it's another thing entirely when you just choose the wrong stuff to do. Take Dwight Howard's usage tonight, for example. When we put him on the floor, had him out there, when we finally took him off the floor, I think we were up by 6. During the process he was on the floor, I think we went up by double digits. We set him down, did not replace him with any rim protector, any offensive rebounder whatsoever. And the score went from us being up to us being down. By the time we put him back in the game, I think it was somewhere in the third quarter, we were down by 11. And do you know what he did? The first thing he did, get an offensive rebound and a putback for an and one. It's the exact same thing that happened in the Memphis game too. We had set him down, and we finally put him in the game. We got like 2 offensive rebounds immediately. Like, these are the type of things that you just don't get if he's not on the floor. And when he gets on the floor, he immediately does them. It's not the fact that we don't have AD out there, yo. It ain't the fact that Russell Westbrook is playing so poorly. Those are not the reasons we're losing these games. We're losing these games because we're not playing the center. And I'll tell you something else. If we had a center out there, I bet you some of these mistakes that we make, they would be masked. Because that's what rim protection does. It covers up mistakes. So, hey, guys want to forego rim protection for ability to shoot when they can't freaking shoot. And they want fans to root for that nonsense. This is the problem I have with this team. It's like you cornering yourself into a position to only be able to do things that you're not really that good at. You're not even playing to your own strengths. So, I kind of feel like teams who, like a fan who watches a bad team make bad decisions, and you're just sitting there watching them like, I know what we need to do to win, but they're just not going to do it. This is one of those years for me as a Lakers fan. It's like, this is not an issue where you need to think too hard to fix the Lakers' problems. You just need to do things in a traditional way, and you'll get better results. But because we want to do things this unconventional way, we're losing, and it's looking bad, man. And LeBron James seems to be cool with it. He'll sit down there and watch a guy lay up over him, dunk over him, and then just catch the ball and go back down there and run a play and do a pirouette and get a layup. It's like, I'm happy you're happy that you look pretty out there playing basketball, but the score does not reflect anything positive, man. And you getting your stats and making all-star teams, I'm not a fan of this lifestyle. I don't care for your career in that way, LeBron. I'm more so a Laker fan. I want us to win. I'm on a mission to get championship number 18, not get you closer to Michael Jordan. I don't care for that, brother. And I speak for like literally 90% of Laker Nation when I say that. We're not interested in a single player's career to that degree. If you can help us on our goal and our mission, that's great. If not, you can do that somewhere else, man. We don't care about that. I mean, it is what it is, bro. We the Lakers. We are our own entity. We're not playing everybody else's game, and that's what I've been saying in this camera for 2 years. It's like, this Laker thing, we ain't about the name on the back of the jersey, bro. You are just a guy to us, just like everybody else who's ever played for this uniform. Until you earn our love and respect, you're just another guy wearing this uniform. And doing stuff like this, having us play at a disadvantage so you can look good, that ain't gonna gain nothing here, man. Ain't gonna gain nothing here. You gotta help us win, not help yourself look good. And that's all you playing the center position is doing. So I'm gonna shut up now. My name is BDL44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.